Yo, 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 new day, huge news. Silksong is about to, be released, the grapevine says. But the grapevine is, of course, overreacting like hell. Team Cherry has finally, to be fair, Team Cherry is now, premiering a new live, or, a fucking trailer. Hopefully it's a trailer, we don't really know what it is, but it says, like, countdown to something. Is it a countdown to the video, or is it a countdown, like, an official release date? Are we finally getting a release date on Silksong? That could be kinda correct, but I am not getting my hopes up. I've been in this cycle for too long. I do believe that it's coming out this year, but I am not as hopeful as to say that, Silksong is about to, like, shadow drop. It's about to be out in, like, a week or something. I'm not that hopeful, right? There are limits to my soul filled with wonder and joy. It's gonna be great, though. I am excited as hell to just watch this whatever thing it is. It's not really confirmed what. It could be like a teaser trailer with like an actual release date at the end, which I think it will be. It could be like just some sort of statement from Team Cherry, like, interview style, where they also drop the release date. I'm expecting a release date because I don't really expect Silksong to shadow drop after all this hype that has been surrounding the game for like fucking 6 years. It's gonna be it's not gonna be shadow dropped. It's not gonna be shadow dropped, especially on top of, like, I think Borderlands is also dropping, like, right fucking now. There's apparently some sort of con going on, some sort of PAX or something, I don't know, going on right now. Maybe you can play test, like, a demo of the game there. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. I'm not in the loop. I just know what my YouTube feed has just shown me. And of course I had to jump on immediately and share the news because, when you see this video, you of course have not seen the news yet. So, yeah, pretty hyped, pretty cool, pretty awesome. I'm expecting it to be out in like December or something, if I gotta be honest. And to be fair, I would like some time, some extra time to, of course I would like to play Silksong right fucking now, as I have been, feeling for the past many years. But also, this channel here, I would like to, be on. Oh, it was just dropped in my Discord chat also. Gotta quickly flex that I already knew. Alright, anyhow, I'm hoping to get a release date, but I'm not hopeful that it will be releasing soon, soon in the next coming months. I can see it being dropped in December. That is where I will lay all of my eggs in that basket, in that one basket. I don't know, it's just been too long, and for too much time now, everyone surrounding Silksong, everyone who knows something has been kind of tiptoeing around, like, when is the actual release going to happen, I don't know, I don't really have, like, concrete evidence of any kind, of any sort. I am not updated fully on the news. But my gut is telling me. Anyhow, I would also like to just have more time with this channel, just like catch up on all the fucking days I am behind, because again, I am like 200 days behind. Would be pretty cool, pretty swell to catch up on at least some of those. again, I'm probably just gonna like continue doing this until I catch up. You know, then I finally have an upper limit on how many days I will. You know, I'll have a countdown even after Silksong releases. God damn it! Fuck. That I can finally, you know, I can finally rest. I can finally have, you know, days off. That'll be pretty cool. But we will have to wait and see. It is fucking Tuesday today. It is apparently Thursdays at some point that the release will, or this trailer will happen, will drop. I think I'm just gonna make it home by the time I leave work. I'm just gonna make it home and then fucking can immediately go watch this trailer or whatever it is. That's gonna be pretty hype. So yeah, great fucking timing. Ooh. I did not like that sound, just like my wall crackling. Whoa, Tundo. Anyhow, god damn it, shit. So, yeah, now that is over with and I got that out of my system, what have I been doing today other than work? Yuck. I have, at work, thought about, Avatar The Last Airbender, which I have just finished watching last night for the first time. I'm done. I'm just done. With fucking Avatar, and it feels really weird because it feels like I've been on this journey like forever, but I really haven't. It's kind of a shorter series. Only 3 seasons, you know? Each episode is like, you know, just their own mini adventure. I think that's the main thing, is that you get the feeling that these guys have like been on such a long journey, but it's even confirmed, like it's not even been a year when they finally defeat the big bad Fire Lord guy. But today I've mainly thought about like what are my final thoughts on the thing, and like how did everyone do, I guess. And one thing I really needed to get off my chest also is the... God damn, am I losing to this guy? That would suck. I'm in the middle of my epic speech here. So the main thing I wanted to get off my chest, because I really need to rant about this, the 5th to last episode it must be. Shut up, Jesus Christ. That was so loud. Basically before they go defeat the Fire Lord, also just, I think the main reason this episode is there is to just like remind people of like what has happened, and you know, the kids who have been watching it airing, like they finally sit down to, you know, confront the big bad evil guy. So they have basically a recap episode, but I think they do it really poorly. Basically, they have this like sort of play in the, you know, at the beach town in the Fire Nation place, you know, the royal family's vacation home, basically, town. They have this play about the Avatar and the gang where you get to find out, like, it was kind of interesting at first because they like represent all the gang like pretty poorly, and you know, pretty funny, haha, funsters. But it's also like they, in world, they would not do it like this. Like, yeah, I get it for the sake of like recap episode, but damn, this writer had so much insight on like everything that happened, and also is representing the gang as being like the good guys. Like, we're seeing it from our perspective, which is like, brother, we are in the Fire Nation. This is not your target audience. If this is your play, you're not doing it for your target audience, is what I'm trying to say. It's really goofy. Just like one example is when Katara and Zuko are like, you know, down in the I don't know, underground area prison, I guess, in Ba Sing Se, and they have that whole ass moment, like, you know, they kind of misrepresent the moment and stuff, like, sure, but they still got the main points across, and like it was still there. So like I'm mostly concerned about who made that play and where did they get their information from, because some of it is scarily accurate and also has like, there is no way anybody would find out about, like, you know, their adventures to the fucking swamp, right? Like, who was there to witness that? I don't know. It's like the same problem I have over and over again throughout the entire episode, but it is, for me, a big problem, because this is just, we're in the Fire Nation, and we're representing the Avatar and the guys who are actively and publicly, you know, trying to fucking end the Fire Nation from their perspective. We're painting them as the good guys. They're even like the main characters. Like, fuck. I don't know. I feel like I'm lingering on this for way too long, but damn. Why did it have to be that way? Why did it have to be represented that way? It kind of sucks. I don't know. The whole, you know, Aang being, I don't know, sort of jealous, I guess, on like Zuko and Katara being, you know, in the play they are being shipped together. Like, sure, I can accept that just because, you know, Aang is still a fucking child, you know? That's one thing, but also, it's Avatar. I just kind of expect people to be like kind of gullible and just like, you know, weak-willed. They change their mind on a dime, which is very consistent. Very stupid, but very consistent. Phew, lucky me. So, what do we do with this information? Not really a lot, I guess. I expected there to be some sort of like conclusion to this play, and like we meet the writer or something, and I don't know, it turns out to be like one of the gang. But then again, like I could see no conclusion to this episode being good whatsoever. But like at least the final couple episodes were really good. And by really good I mean just, you know, a lot of things were wrapped up. It's not a perfect ending, let me start off by saying that. It's not, by a long shot, a perfect ending. I would have loved way more about, like, just, you know, the different characters. Where are they after, like, what's their goals after, you know, taking down the Fire Lord and reconquering Ba Sing Se. We see kinda, the only one we actually really know is frickin' flippin' Uncle Iroh. Uncle Iroh is just kinda, he's just chillin' in his little tea shop, which I really like. But it's also very simple. And you know, we can assume that, oh yeah, like these, fucking Zuko, for example, is gonna, he's gonna become Fire Lord. We see him become Fire Lord, and, you know, reinvent peace, on the, like, on the entire world, but, like, I don't know, I would just like to have seen how, but I guess if there is a sequel, which I'm pretty sure there is, animated, or at least in a book somewhere, which I am deeply intrigued, so I'm just kind of curious where this whole thing goes. But another thing I would like to see is just like the world. trying to like trying to repair itself after all of this bullshit has happened. Because this entire thing reminds me a lot of like of Naruto, the 5 villages basically being quote unquote at peace after finding, you know, a common enemy in Madara, aka Obito. Spoilers, I guess. And you know what that does to them is basically force them to be together, but they still have this like lingering fucking animosity towards each other. Because like, yeah, we have to like it's basically the same with Avatar. Like they're all the nations, all the villages are kind of in the same boat now. They're all like fucking fighting for peace and stuff, you know. But the root of the problem has not really been resolved, and I would like to see it be resolved, because it feels like a very Avatar-coded thing to tackle as a problem in general. The circle of violence, because yeah, we see the like. Basically, the reason why I thought of Naruto is because the row, when Zuko is elected, I guess, is when he becomes Fire Lord, there is like a row of like people from each nation, just like standing there, clapping and congratulating because everyone has to be happy at the end of the show, you know, type shit. But like, I can't help but feel like there should be something there. It doesn't even have to be like a whole problem, but at least like kind of mention it. That there could, yeah, I could easily see a situation where they're, you know, yeah, they're happy that this tyrant, the Fire Lord, is gone. But then again, we're standing all the villages next to each other, and they have way more history than just the current Fire Lord being an ass to them. And you know, what about the remaining Fire Nation guys? People are supposed to be like kind of mad at them, are they not? Like looking over, like, you know, 3 feet from you stands a guy like, oh, that guy killed my dad. What's going on here? Why are we so friendly towards each other all of a sudden? And like, yeah, you could just pull on the. Again, like, people in the Avatar world are gullible as fuck, and, you know, just not really. They give up on their ideals very quickly, and, you know, just. Again, I cannot count how many times Aang has just told people that, hey, I am the Avatar. Can I get my way, please? And they're just, wow, you're the Avatar. Okay, I guess I will give you. Grant you access on this boat or whatever the fuck. Did I just hit him like from behind? Can I? I guess I can do that. Yeah, I am just goated. Goated with the saws. Anyhow, that is like, I guess not really a gripe I have, but just like, you know, natural progression says that this would be the next logical thing to, like, look at and a problem to fix. Because there are clearly still a lot of fucking problems in the world of Avatar still, you know, but it's. I'm just hoping that there is some sort of either epilogue or sequel that fixes all these problems. I'm hopeful. Because a lot of shit did get resolved, like a lot of like loose ends got tied up, right? So that's pretty cool. That's pretty swell. Another thing is I would like to have just gotten more time with Zuko, like in the party, just like random adventures, because what we got didn't really feel like random adventures. You know, the whole breaking out of prison, breaking Sokka and Katara's dad out of prison, that was kind of a main quest, right? where I feel like we need time, we need more time with Zuko, not forced upon us, because I feel like a lot of the time it was kind of, you know, the plot needed us to care for him as like a member of the gang, you know? Which I already kinda, like, of all the people in Avatar, he fits the gang like a fucking glove, right? Like, he pops in and he immediately just fits in his own weird way. So I like that. But at the end of the day, we just don't get enough time with him. As a good guy. Like, yeah, we just kind of rush through all the like, also training arc. Like, you know, not really rush through. We go to the dragons fucking hideout and, you know, whatnot. So actually no, we don't really skip out on the training in general, but like overall, just Zuko as a member of the group, I don't know, it feels kind of weird, but it also, there was a single point where it felt kind of nice to be pointed out, like, because everyone, the reason it felt forced is because, like, every episode is a new member going on a solo trip with Zuko, and when they eventually had to go find Aang because he got stolen by that giant turtle, which, by the way, still do not know who the giant turtle is, what he is, like, who is he actually important? What are his abilities? Where does he come from? How old is he? We do not really know. He's from the time from, like, before bending, and that is kind of all we know about him. Like, what are his powers? How did he, like, make Aang fucking, like, basically sleep, I don't know, sleepwalk, sleep, swim? There's a lot about him we don't know. What was I getting at before? Something about Zuko. Right, he's going on all these solo adventures, with the gang, and it's finally pointed out when they're looking for Aang, that Toph really, like, immediately says, yeah, I'm going with this fucking guy because I need canon event to happen in my life. Because she noticed that everybody else that went on a solo trip with Zuko like, went on some crazy wild adventure. And wow, I have a live stream up, like, on the side here, like behind my OBS, where I can just see the guy. Like, he's the guy I got the Silksong news from. He is just fucking celebrating hard and waving his arms around, watching a 1 minute ago Fireborn video. Crazy. I guess that's, like, confirmation. I guess Fireborn would know more than the average fella. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Probably this man. I should probably, like, listen in on this, but I am not going to. He's even clapping now and, you know, waving his arms around. This is great. He's having the time of his life. Anyhow, let me rant more about Avatar. I still have things to say, believe it or not. What did I have to say? Fuck, I don't know. I would just like to see more of Avatar, is probably my main bit. Is that I just like to see more of, like, what happens in a peaceful world. Like, what's the main difference? How does it feel traveling around in, like, a war-torn world versus just a normal-ass world? Like, trying to repair all the nations. Also, that is a big question I have, is how do you repair a nation so small? Because, you know, one thing is... Oh god, my bad. One thing is, like, the water tribes, who, you know, you have two different water tribes. where the northern seems to be doing pretty well, but the southern is basically just, you know, fucking like 5 families at most living together, and it is probably most likely the victim of a lot of incest, but that is for another day. God damn it. But you know, how do you deal with like the air tribe, the air nomads? How do you fucking deal with those guys? God damn it, that was my own fault. How do you deal with those guys, and how do you, like, you have the guys who lived at some sort of air temple, who are like flying around in their little creations and whatnot, but like how do bendings work exactly? Like, how the fuck is a new bender supposed to be born? Because it's said in, you know, Katara's flashback, pretty much, that she was the only waterbender left in the village. Which is like, damn. Is it just like a naturally born? Okay, this run really sucked. I was not doing well from the start, I gotta be honest. Like, how do new benders come to be? Is there just like a random guy out in the world that is suddenly, oh, I can finally be the second to last airbender, you know? How the fuck does that work? Who knows? Are there more bendings than just like these 4? I don't know. Who knows? Anywho, I guess I'll get back to this live stream, what the guy is yapping about, because he seems still really excited and the chat seems to be popping off. I guess, yeah, I'll get back to that. Bye, gang.